Hey guys, hey, it is Brent Abel here at webtennis.com. Hope you're having a spectacular day so far, wherever you are out there as you listen to what's going to be a little bit of a rant. I got two parts of the rant today. Not too serious, but a little something that's kind of a thorn in my side, something that kind of bugs me from time to time. I am here in the desert, California desert. Let's see, Rancho Mirage, California. Mission Hills Country Club. We got a little home down here and just enjoying the heat. But wait, here's what I want to talk about today is Jeff Jacklich and I have got a project called goldballhunting.com. And really what we're doing is we are producing a daily podcast episode, shows up here on YouTube and then also iTunes and Stitcher for the audio versions. And if you haven't, I've got a couple things you could do. Number one is go over to goldballhunting.com, and we got a couple of cool things for you. All you got to do is put in a first name and email address, and you will get immediate access to a free video that Jeff and I actually recorded a few months ago to talk about how to reduce your skill level range. So day in, day out, you get to play at the top of your skill level. And the second thing is you can jump on a free complimentary. That would be redundant. A free 10-minute coaching call. Just three of us. It's private with me and Jeff, as long as you bring that one thing in your game right now that maybe you're struggling with, that if you could get it resolved, get it figured out, that you start getting the result you want day in and day out with either your singles and or doubles. Here's the thing that I want to chat about today. In today's episode with Jeff at Gold Ball Hunting, I sort of brought up this thing about when someone tries to dispense a tip, right, or a little gem or a little nugget out there about your tennis game, and that it's a little insulting to me that they think that's better by giving you the little tip, as opposed to all the guys and gals out there who are working their asses off on their tennis game day in and day out, whether it's on the court, whether it's in the gym, off the court, nutrition, whatever it is. That the thinking is, well, this little tip is going to take place, is going to replace all of the hard work that the players are doing out there. So that's a little insulting to me, and I see that a lot. I see it a lot with some coaches and some teachers, but I also see it with players as well, where they're trying to, I don't know if it's trying to show off or whatever, but sort of dispensing this little tip. And to me, part two of the rant today is all about, if you don't have a follow-up plan to whatever it is that you're working on, like for me, back in the day when I learned how to hit a really clean volley, underspin, low skidding volley, was when I had a chance to work with the great Tom Stowe and Napa back in the day. And for me, I'd been told the tip was, well, Brent, you got to make contact way out in front in the volley. And when I did that, I kind of took liberties with way out in front. The further out in front I got, the worse the volley was. And so what Mr. Stowe did is he got one of these bar stools, put it out in the court where it had rungs around the bottom. So you put your feet up on the rungs so they're off the court. He underhand fed me a ball to my forehand volley, and I was so far out in front that I fell forward off the stool. He didn't say anything. I got back in the stool. He did the same thing, same exact result. I fell off the stool. And then he just told me one word, and that one word was wait, right? W-A-I-T. And so he underhand feeds me a third ball, and sure enough, I wait on it. I get the ball right at the ideal point of contact, which is a hair in front. It's not way out in front. And the feeling was this incredible aha moment, this incredible epiphany that this is where the contact's got to be on both forehand and backhand volleys if you really want to make the ball skid over there. And so it was kind of like that was the tip, right? He gave me the tip, which was to wait. But as soon as I got off the stool, he said, look, you've just had the big epiphany about your volley and contact point where it should be. But this is just going to be a temporary little thing unless you've got a real follow-up plan, which is to go out there and now start working on recreating that feeling that you just had. And that could be months down the road, right? The follow-up plan could be 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road where you're working like a dog trying to make sure that's where I'm just using the volley as an example. So today with Jeff, we talked about, to make sure that these little tips or these little gems you get, that at best it is a temporary little aha moment, a temporary little fix, and it means nothing if there's no serious follow-up plan. And really, a plan is exactly that. What are you going to do for the first week after you have the epiphany? What are you going to do in week 2? It's got to be a serious plan. So anyway, that's my kind of rant for today. A couple things I want to make sure that, number one, webtennis.com. I've got a free topspin serve course I want to get to you. It's not super long, but it'll kind of give you the 3 things that I think you need to be able to, the 3 technique tweaks that you need to be able to make sure that you start eliminating double faults, number 1. But number 2, for a second serve, you're just not throwing in this little cream puff that's setting up the returner, whether it's singles and doubles. But instead, that these 3 little tweaks that you're going to get are going to help you start to get a serious bounce, right? So that you don't double fault, but you get a nice high bounce. Call it a kick, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. The reality is the result you want is that you get the ball up and out of that return or strike zone. And no, these are not quick fix little tips. They are little nuggets of information that if you've got a follow-up plan, which I will give you, then you're going to start getting the result you want with that topspin serve. Again, go over to webtennis.com. Just drop in a first name and email address, click the button, and you'll get access to that course. And then the second thing is to go over to goalballhunting.com after you spent a little time at webtennis.com. And same thing, we want to give you a couple of videos over there. We want to give you one video in particular that will help you reduce your skill level range, right? Where one day you go out, you play out of your mind. I mean, you can't miss a ball. And you go home and you think that you got the game figured out. And of course, the next day, what do? You come out and you lay an egg. And so that's your skill level range. One day great, one day not so great. We've got a free video for you that'll help you bring the bottom of your skill level range up to where your top skill level range is, so that you can start depending day to day that's how you're going to play, whether it's singles or doubles. And that's really where you start to build confidence in your game. Go over to goalballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, and you'll get access to that video. So guys, just to recap, webtennis.com if you want to get that free topspin serve course, and looking forward to helping you. Guys, get out there today. I know this is July 3rd. Tomorrow's July 4th. If you're in the good old US of A, man, go out there, help someone else have a spectacularly safe day tomorrow. And guys, we will do this again tomorrow. Thanks very much for hanging out with me.